We're going to go over really quick all the things that you guys should be doing to differentiate your product. Now, of course, like I said, you do not need to do all this stuff at once. What's up, you guys? So today we're going to be going over how you guys can start differentiating your products to look different from everybody else on the marketplace. Now, this is by far one of the most important thing that you guys can do for your product. Now, there are different ways that you guys can do this. Now, I advise you guys try and do all of these different ways. So we have plenty of time to do this, even if you haven't started your product or if you haven't gotten your product in all the way. It's good that you're watching this video before you actually do it. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is getting a video on your listing. So if you guys are jumping onto a market that is competitive or not competitive at all, this is going to help you drastically so this is going to help you drastically outcompete everybody, because most people, when they jump on the Amazon FBA, they're there to just make some money and they don't know how to do this stuff. They think you have to be a special type of person or a special type of listing in order to have these videos. So if you look down here, I remember when this guy didn't have a video at all, and basically when his listing looked shitty as hell. Like he literally had like all these nasty supplier pictures that were very that were low quality. I remember this guy when he had 0 reviews. Like, it was crazy. It was like, I think, a year and a half ago. But this guy got a video on his listing because he was able to contact a vendor on Fiverr, and basically you can do that. You don't have to be brand registered. You can get a vendor to do this for you. All you have to do is go on Fiverr. I mentioned this in my previous video on how to get a video on your listing. You can contact a person on Fiverr. They'll do it for 75 bucks. And you basically have to go on Fiverr as well to outsource the video, to do a professional video in order to differentiate your product. Because if you can get this video in here that's going to show everybody, explain how to use your product, what it is, why it's better than everyone else's, it's going to be very beneficial, because it's 2018. Video marketing is everything. Even if I'm sure some of you guys have done Facebook ads before, and people talk about this in affiliate marketing, like video ads is everything. That's going to be where you're going to get the most engagement, the most watch time or look time for your ads. So you just have to keep that in mind. And that tags along with the video reviews as well. So if you get a video on your listing, that's going to help you just surpass everybody, because when people fall on your listing, they're going to be directly informed and directly entertained, as opposed to just simply only reading all this when it comes to the product description and the bullet points. So you just have to keep that in mind. Now, going on to the next thing, when we scroll all the way to the bottom, you can also do this as well, which is HTML. Now, I believe for this part you do have to be brand registered. I may have to check again, but you can get this stuff done by another outsourcer if you don't know how to do it. But you can do this through HTML code. And the great thing about Fiverr, guys, like, I can't stress this enough. If you do not know how to do something or do it properly, or make it look good, contact people on Fiverr. Outsource this stuff. People will do this for you. And if you can't find people on Fiverr, go on these Amazon FBA groups, and there will be plenty of sellers on there that have probably done it before. But this, in combination with the video, is going to make your listing look more. It's going to make your listing look more, professional. It's going to make it look more official. People are going to give your brand more credit as opposed to somebody else. And I advise, when you guys get your listing up, to start making some money with it. Like, if you don't have the experience or money or budget to do this right now, that's fine. But what I suggest you guys do, as you start racking in some money from your product, invest some of it, like set aside, $200 to $500 to do all this stuff for your listing. It's going to help you so much in the long run, because you're not going to have to keep updating your listing over time. So that way, like right off the start, when you get your listing up, you're already going to start planning on how you can start differentiating from everybody else, instead of doing it 6 months down the road when everybody else figures out how to do it as well and you're competing with them. So you want to be first to it. You want to be the first to do this stuff for your product. So it's definitely cool. You guys should definitely look into this. Now, scrolling down to the bottom here, let's see if he has any video reviews. So of course, when we get our product in, we definitely want to have pictures, but videos are definitely better. Now, of course, don't have every single review that you get be a picture or a video, because that's going to look weird to Amazon. they're gonna be like, okay, why is everyone, nobody goes out of their way just to film a video review for their product. So we definitely want to keep that in mind. I say keep it to maybe 1 or 2 video reviews, then have a couple that are pictures here and there, and then have the rest of them just a good sized paragraph. And one other thing that I suggest you guys do when you doing your reviews, especially now from the ad apocalypse, or not the ad, the review apocalypse, or whatever you want to call it. We definitely want to space out our reviews. We definitely want to make it so that we're telling Amazon that we are making organic sales. We're making, we have an actual sales volume that is in correlation with these reviews. Because a lot of people, what people do, like they'll get impatient and they'll start having like their listing or product will get straight to the Amazon FBA facility, and they'll immediately start getting reviews. So we don't want to do that. That will raise a red flag, and most likely your reviews will be taken down. And also, the best way that you guys can start getting initial sales is give away coupon codes, do Facebook ads. I show you guys how to do this. Use ManyChat, distribute these coupon codes. And if you don't know how to use ManyChat or do Facebook ads, go on giveaway groups. Go on these Amazon FBA or entrepreneur groups. People will be able to help you with this. And I also have a previous video talking about how to create your coupon codes. So all this stuff falls into place. Now I suggest when you guys create your verified or get your verified purchases reviews and unverified reviews, make sure that they are long. They're lengthy reviews, right? Because if you have, I suggest you guys put in like typos in there, maybe run-on sentences, or don't leave periods at the end, maybe not even use commas. We're just trying to make it look as normal as possible and something that doesn't look professional, because if we make it look professional, it's going to look like somebody outside of Amazon was contacted by the seller and was told to leave them a review, and that will raise a red flag to Amazon. We're trying to just make it as unobvious, or make it as natural looking as possible. So going on to the next thing to differentiate your listing is definitely going to be your box design. So if you look at this guy has a simple box design, right? Just a black simple box with his logo on there, with his product. What does that say? Floor layer. I guess that talks about what you can use it for, the bag. Now I suggest what you guys do is when you go to your supplier, when you talk to your supplier, let me see if I can find anybody. Let me see here. Anybody? Alright, so we'll just use this for an example for now. But what you guys want to do, you want to have a product that is going to look apart from everyone else's, and that goes for both the product itself and the box design. Now I recommend you guys do this, because if you think about it, when somebody's scrolling through the listings on what they want to buy, the thing that's going to catch their eye the most is the one that's going to be a vibrant product, a vibrant box design, and a vibrant listing or picture. So the best way that you guys can do this is get a bright box, right? Go for bright picture or bright pattern boxes. Like what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stick to like teal blue boxes, bright pink boxes, of course, depending on what niche you are, and also red, and then maybe even neon green or a bright green, something that's going to catch people's eyes. And then when you combine that with the fact that you have video reviews, you have pictures in your listing, you have a video for your listing, all this stuff is going to come together and make you look really differentiated from everybody else. This is why I stress this so much on my channel, that you guys have to have differentiation. You do not want to look like everybody else. I made that mistake. I'm not going to make it again, and I don't want you guys to make it at all, because it'll waste you money and time. So like I said, as long as everyone else, because most people when they get their box design, a lot of them just get a white box and they just throw their logo on it, or get a black box, just throw their logo on it, and they don't put a lot of work into it. And what they don't understand is that a lot of suppliers, they have a minimum order quantity that you have to have for a customized box, and it's the same price to do it. Like this, it's the same price to do a complex design with like a pattern and stuff with nice colors, and it's the same price to do that as it is to do a simple white box with just your logo on it, or a simple black box with your logo on it. So it's like, why not go all the way? Why not go all out and make it look at the best as possible? That's why you guys should keep that in mind. That's what I did, and I honestly think it's going to benefit you guys the most. Now, going on to the next thing, which is bundling. So if you look at everybody here, right? Let's pretend we're the customer. We're scrolling down here. We're scrolling down. What do we see here? We see people that have the same product here. We have this guy, and this guy differentiated. He has a pencil. He has like a, I don't know, some type of protractor tool. We scroll down. You have this guy has that. This guy has the same exact product. Same exact product. Most likely, the person on this page that will be making the the reason why the people are going to be at the top of the page, or reason why people are going to be able to make more money than other people for this product, is probably because he's differentiating. So we click on this listing. People are going to look at this listing and see that it comes bundled with this, and also this pencil here. I think that's a pencil. And they're going to be like, okay, I can get all this stuff in this one bundle without going onto another listing and buying that separately, and I can get all this stuff together for a discounted price, as opposed to buying them individually from different sellers. So when you bundle it as well, it's going to make your product look different from everybody else. And this is, I honestly think you should be doing this as well with every you should be putting all the stuff in combination. Now, of course, you can work. Like, the most important thing that you want to make sure you have, of course, is a differentiated box design, a bundled product, and a video review. You can do the video for your actual product listing, like that goes at the bottom here, and have the pictures and stuff in your HTML at the bottom. You can do that later, because I know some of you guys probably don't have the budget for that at first. But as soon as you have the budget, you start selling your product after you do the product launch, try to have that done as soon as possible. So going down here, we look at what he's throwing in here. Now, the way that you can figure out what you want to bundle with your product is figure out what is related to your product that you can throw on there. So if we're doing the annualizer ruler, right, we don't want to throw on something that's dumb, like, I don't know, let's see, we don't want to throw on like a towel or something like that. We don't want to throw on like a I don't know, a cup. We don't want to throw in something that's not related to the product. We want to throw in something that is related to it, that people will also buy with it. So if you scroll down here at the bottom, you can. So like I said, go on listing as high sales volume, and look at the bottom and see what people are buying with it. Now, if that thing that the people are buying with it is too expensive, or you can't find a supplier that sells that, most suppliers will have products that are related to the product that they're selling. Like if you go to a supplier on Alibaba that is selling annualizer rulers, most likely they sell other products related in that niche. Like I made a previous video on how exactly to bundle your product, and what you guys can do is get. And like what I found for the annualizer ruler, they sold annualizer rulers, and also they sold pencils that you can use in order to measure and mark whatever you have to do while using the ruler. So, which is pretty cool. Now, I don't advise you guys. I mean, you can do this if you want. If you can't find the exact bundled item that you want, you can always go to contact to another supplier and ask them to do it for you. Basically they'll send it over to the supplier that you want. So if one supplier sold only the annualizer ruler, it didn't sell this product right here, you can go to another supplier and contact them. And then once you get that product produced, you just bring the bundled product that you want to put onto your listing and bring it over to the the first supplier. Now I suggest that that will take some extra time, because usually it takes around a month or so to get your product fully produced, fully manufactured, customized, labeled, etc. So it may take some extra time. Now, of course, within that time, your product will probably get slightly more competitive, but it is up to you whether or not you want to make that decision. It will also cost more money. Now, I honestly wouldn't do that personally. I would just try and find my best. Try to find suppliers before you order. Your main product. Find a supplier that does have bundled or does have products that can bundle together and have it all at one supplier. Those are suppliers that you want to look for, as opposed to ordering from two separate ones. So definitely keep that in mind, guys. So once you do that, like when you bundle your items together, it is all considered one product. And it's really simple, guys. Like you're basically buying two products from the same supplier, and you're asking them to put it in one box and selling it as one unit when it ships off to Amazon FBA. So when you ship it off to Amazon FBA, it is considered one unit, not two units. So just to clear that, for any misconceptions. But yeah, guys, let me think here of what else you guys can do or what you should do. But like I said, you should have a good box design. Now, if you can't find, if you can't find a bundled item to throw on with it, or if you can, what I suggest you guys do, like this guy, you have a bundled product with this. He has two of them. I suggest you guys throw in a ebook. Now, it's a little bit of area for terms of service or TOS of Amazon, but there are tons of listings, tons of people that have tons of reviews and have listings up there for long times, and they have ebooks. So you guys can do that as well. Ebooks are going to help you. Now of course, this goes both ways. So you can either have a ebook or you can have well, I'd probably do both. You can have a ebook and you can have a product insert. So a product insert is basically where it's like a thank you card kind of, and it's going to be thanking somebody for ordering the product. And one secret that you guys can do is on the card, like of course nobody's going to be opening up your box at Amazon, no security or whatever. They're not going to look at your product and look inside. But one cool way that you guys can get reviews is put and ask them for a honest review on the actual thank you card. Now of course that's not against terms of service, as long as you're not like, oh, leave a positive 5-star review. Just ask for a honest review. It's similar to the email sequences. So if you think about when people order that box, that's the first thing that they're going to see, and they're going to read that and be like, okay, I'm going to leave a review after I use this. And also on that card, what you guys can do is throw on instructions on how exactly to use that product. And then you can throw on an ebook as well, as an additional help or instructions, just in case that card or insert isn't big enough, right? And that's the same thing. You order all that through your supplier. The ebooks you do yourself or you outsource it, and you basically get that. You create that. You can create that in Canva, or you get someone to outsource it, and they'll give you the file. And you basically use a email autoresponder like Zonmaster, JumpSend, whatever it is. And once you set that up, you just put that in the email autoresponder, and then as soon as somebody buys the product, it will be sent over to them. So with that being said, guys, we're going to go over really quick all the things that you guys should be doing to differentiate your product. Now, of course, like I said, you do not need to do all this stuff at once. Like, you do not need to have all this stuff to do it at once, because I understand you guys are on a budget, and I understand you guys want to start launching your product. But the main thing that you guys want to do, the first thing, is differentiate your product. Make sure you have a bundle. Make sure you have an additional item with your product. If you can throw in two different extra products to bundle in, as long as it's not too expensive, then that's fine. Just remember, you have to have at least 500 units to do a proper product launch. So differentiate it that way. Second thing is have a differentiated box design. Have a vibrant color, a vibrant pattern design. And the third thing is get a video on your get a video review, at least one, before you launch your product. Also, if you can, you can do a video review for you, or video on your listing at the bottom. So if we scroll down here, so usually it takes about 2 weeks. And basically for 75 bucks, you'll throw that on your listing, and you just have to create a professional video. Now, some people will do a professional video or a good video for your product, ranging from anywhere from 30 bucks all the way up to 300 bucks. You just have to find which person offers the best deals and what you need to do for your product. So you can contact people on Fiverr and ask all this information. But those are the three things that you guys need to do. Now, I suggest if you guys can't do this, that is fine. But like I said, just make sure that you have a differentiated box design, differentiated listing when it comes to bundling. Make sure you have an ebook to throw onto your product. And also have a video review, at least one, and then also get another review that has pictures, good pictures of your product as well. With that being said, guys, that's all I really wanted to talk about in this video. Now, of course, just make sure you have good pictures and everything for your product. That's a given. You know, don't throw up crappy pictures, or don't use you know, supplier pictures. Now you can, as long as they're HD, and just throw on your logo on there and just make sure they look good. Whoops. Yeah, just make sure they look good. Down below, make sure you subscribe and tell me what you guys want to see next. I have plenty of stuff, you know, plenty of you know, room for, you know, ideas and stuff. So I've covered a lot on my channel. So if you guys are wondering or have questions, make sure you leave them down below. And also have tons of templates down in the description that you guys can use for your own use, for, you know, supplier templates for negotiating with suppliers, you know, for getting good deals. Also how to get started with Amazon FBA from, you know, step 1 through 10. And then also making sure that you know, you have a good product description and a good you know, good bullet points to catch the eyes and the basically relate to your customers when you are putting up your listing. So with that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.